Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Elevating Us podcast, where we discuss how to enhance and excel your personal journey. This week, we are talking about reset and reignite. Now that summertime is dwindling down and we are getting in the groove of kids being back to school, sports season and practices are starting up. As you all know, our daily routine can vary depending on the week, depending on the month, but really depending on the season. So now that the kids are going back to school and we are getting in the groove of what that looks like, we want to set aside some time to revise and reset our daily schedule and our weekly schedule. Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, when it comes to resetting your daily schedule, we want to be intentional about what our week will look like and what each day will typically look like. That is really being intentional in honing in on what tasks need to be done by when and which day and time you are going to do that task. Now, keep in mind that with your schedule of working, getting the kids settled, extracurricular activities, all the things that may have you, as you are being intentional about what your day-to-day schedule looks like, we want to make sure that you are also scheduling in those rest breaks and days into your daily and weekly routine. And what I mean by that is, rather you are taking 10 to 30 minutes out of each day to ensure that you are setting aside self-care time. And that can be something so simple as you just sitting quietly for 10 minutes, or you're reading a book or listening to a podcast for 10 to 30 minutes at a time. Doing something that is going to provide to your self-care so that you can ensure that you are taking the time to rest and reset so that you can rejuvenate and be prepared for the next upcoming tasks at hand. Now, as we are being intentional about our daily schedules and all the many tasks and responsibilities that we have, we want to ensure that we are being mindful. And with being mindful, as we are giving our time and energy out to these different tasks and responsibilities, we want to be mindful of our bodies, okay? We want to make sure that we are recognizing when our bodies are telling us to rest, when our bodies are telling us like, hey, it is time for a break, or it is time to set this aside to another day or another time because you really need to rest before you overexert yourself, or you really need to spend time catering to yourself so that you can be able to provide that time and energy to that task at a later time. Okay, make sure that you are taking the time to really be mindful of how your body is feeling, because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves and we don't want to overexert ourselves to where we get to a point of burnout and then we're not being productive at all and we're not being able to tackle the tasks and responsibilities that we have, because at that point our bodies just become completely shut down because we've ran it into the ground without taking care of it. Okay, so ensuring that throughout each week and really throughout each day that you are taking the time to listen to your body, but you're taking the time to implement those self-care times. Even if it's something small, you are implementing self-care each day to cater to your body, to cater to your mind, and really keep yourself in a space of rejuvenation. Okay, now as you said, your daily ritual, your daily routine of as soon as you get up you are doing X, Y, and Z, and then you are taking care of your responsibilities during this time, whatever the case that may have you. As you are setting your morning and your evening routines and rituals, this sets the tone for how your day is going to be. If you know that you are a person of, I have to have my coffee first thing in the morning, or I have to read my book or do X, Y, and Z to take care of yourself first, this is your morning routine, this is your evening routine. Those routines and rituals set the day of how productive and peaceful your days can be. Now, sometimes our routines can get thrown off early in the morning. Let's say that you're running late and you're not able to get your morning coffee, or you're not able to do your morning meditation. Now, this can deter the tone that you usually set, but as soon as we have that moment to overcome the chaos throughout whatever deterred our morning, when we overcome that chaos, we want to get back in the routine of whatever our day looks like. Whatever we had set for that day, we are okay. The chaos has passed. It's time to go ahead with the rest of the day. And also telling yourself that, hey, yes, we had a chaotic moment this morning, but we're not going to have a chaotic rest of the day. The rest of the day will be this, and this, and it will be peaceful. It will be productive. It will be X, Y, and Z. But whether you are giving those positive affirmations inside of your head, or whether you're just saying that as a quick pick me up out loud to yourself, you are letting yourself know that, hey, we might have had this going on this morning, but the rest of the day will be great. The rest of the day will be productive. And by providing yourself those positive affirmations and those positive statements, you are uplifting yourself to then act out what you are saying. So then you are, okay, I've said this productive statement. Now let's get into it and let's get to work. Okay. Be intentional about not only the tasks and responsibilities that you have to do throughout your day, but also be intentional about what you are saying to yourself and what you are hearing as you go throughout your day. What you say, what you listen to, and what you do also sets the tone of how your day will be. And also being mindful of these things, then you can quickly grasp hold of, okay, is this productive? Is this a positive statement, or is this a negative statement? If it's something negative that you are hearing or saying, you can quickly recognize that negative thing and then redirect it into something positive. Okay, we want to ensure that whatever we are doing, whatever we are saying, listening to, acting upon, that if it's negative, we are quickly recognizing it and then being able to reframe it into something that is positive and that will be productive for our day, for our intentions, and different things like that. Okay, now as we go throughout this month of September, we are piggybacking off being an evolved version of ourselves, shedding those limiting beliefs, overcoming those obstacles, but we're also getting prepared for 2025. It is already September. We have 4 months to get prepared for this next upcoming year, but we want to be intentional and act now so that when December comes, we are prepared for what our next year looks like. And as we are going throughout this journey, we are being intentional and practicing what we want our upcoming months and our upcoming year to look like. So we are focused on being intentional and what we want to prioritize, but we're also ensuring that we are implementing positive habits to back up those intentions that we want to set so that we can get to our ultimate goals throughout life, and we can actually be in the process and be on the journey of progressing to get to those goals. Okay, we don't want to just set these goals and then, hey, I'm going to work on these goals, but I'm not going to work on it every day. No. We want to be intentional about what we're doing. And by being intentional, we have to ensure that we are taking time to take care of ourselves and our responsibilities, but we're also implementing those small steps, those small objectives, so that we can actually work on accomplishing those goals that we have set for ourselves. Okay, so we'll continue to talk about becoming an evolved version of ourselves, what that looks like, and really being prepared and walking out what we want our next few months to upcoming year to look like. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure y'all like, follow, and subscribe us on all social media platforms. We'll see y'all next week.